G'day, Wombat here, and in today's budget gear we're going to take a look at the CR50 from Cort. So this is the CR50 from Cort. It is their entry-level model, and as you can see by the shape, it is an LP style guitar. So there's not a lot to really talk about with the construction of it. We'll go through it real quickly. It is a poplar body with a Canadian hard maple neck, rosewood fingerboard with 22 medium frets, and the pickups are Cort's very own power sound pickups. So unlike a lot of LP style guitars, you have your two controls, a volume and a tone, and your three-way selector down the bottom here instead of the four that you often get, and the pickup selectors normally up here. But with a lot of these entry model LP style guitars, they do it a little bit differently, just to cut down on the cost of actually manufacturing them. So it keeps the cost nice and low. So this guitar is fairly standard for what you'd expect to find. It is well built for the price, I've got to say. The neck is nice. It's not going to get in your way. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin either. And what I look for when I look for a beginner's guitar, or a first guitar for a student, I look at build quality. I look at the hardware. Now the build quality, it has to be there, otherwise the guitar's just going to be all over the place. This quality on this particular guitar is really quite good. It is a bolt-on neck, as you can see, not a set neck which you get with most LP style guitars in a higher price point. The bolt-on neck, of course, helps them to keep the price down. But the build quality is there. The neck pocket is nice and firm. The neck is really, really stable. It's quite good. Now the hardware I always take a look at, because the hardware, if it's really bad, it can let you down and actually make learning guitar a lot harder. But the quality of the hardware on this is really quite good. The tuners, for instance, were really quite surprising. There wasn't hardly any slop for a cheap tuner. They tuned really nicely. It keeps it in tune. It does the job just exactly as you would like it to do. And that is an important thing, because not all entry-level guitars are quite that good with their tuning stability, and sometimes it's the tuners that let you down. Now the thing that really floored me with these pickups, these power sound pickups by Cort, as I've said before, my first thought process with a cheaper guitar is that if the build quality is there and the hardware isn't too bad, replace it, put some decent pickups in, and you've got a great little guitar. You don't really need to change these out. These are actually really quite good. They're not really a vintage pickup, but they're also not really a high output pickup. They're somewhere in the middle range there. But they will handle almost anything you throw at them. I mean, I threw blues at it, I threw clean, I threw rock, I even did some metal on this guitar, and they handled it all fairly well. Would these pickups be pickups that I would want to use if I'm performing live in my metal band? No, not really. But if this is your first guitar and you're learning and you want to get into that style of music, these things will get you started. The other thing that really floored me was how good they are clean. They are really quite nice. My favourite clean setting on an LP style guitar is the middle setting, where you're running both pickups together. And this was amazing in that middle position. It was rich, it was fat sounding, and really articulate, very, very musical. So I was really, really impressed with the pickups, particularly in that middle setting. So they're not a bad little thing. And if this is going to be your first guitar, you're going to play this for a long time, and you're going to be really, really happy with it. It's quite well built. It plays like a dream, and you're really not going to go wrong with it for many, many years to come before you're going to find you'll need to upgrade. So, is it as good as, say, a $4,000 Gibson Les Paul? No. But having said that, it's not trying to be. It's trying to be a quality first instrument, and that is exactly what it is. It's a little more expensive than some of the really cheap first instruments out there, but the quality is really, really much better. The pickups are much better than a lot of beginner instruments, so it's really worth investing just a little bit more. Alright, so that is the Cort CR50, and as you can see, it comes in a lovely burst. It also comes in a black. It is absolutely stunning finish on it, I've got to say, for a guitar in this price range. It is really, really well finished. So there you are. Thank you for supplying the guitar to Variety Music. I really should give them a shout out. They're supplying me some instruments to review at the moment. And this one is an absolute cracker. I will put a link down below to their page where this one is currently, I believe, on special. Prices do change, of course, but I believe at the moment they're doing a pretty good deal on it. So if you're interested in getting one, go to their website and check it out. It's really quite a good guitar. Worthwhile getting for your first instrument. Absolutely. Alright guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and keep rocking.